Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum viewers. First of all, I would like to thank you very much for this huge applause and this huge appreciation. And on a great demand, I have started with a series of conditional sentences. You know that conditional sentences are the one which are really very important in order to speak standard language, because they are a type of complex sentences and we mostly come across them when we are talking in English or when we are writing in English. But I request that before we move on, please subscribe my channel if you haven't done it. So first of all, I'll discuss what are they. Now, conditional sentences, if you just look at the name, then you can spot a word condition in it. That there is a condition in it and a result also. We call them if clause because the if clause is the one part of the sentence which tells us the condition, and the other part, which we call main clause, is the one which gives its result. Now you can switch the order. If clause can come in the beginning and the result clause can come at the end, or the result clause can come in the beginning and the if clause can come later on. But remember that if clause has a specific tense to attach with, please don't mingle with it. Now in front of you, these are the 4 different types of conditionals. If you heat water to 100 degree, it boils. This is zero conditional, which I'm going to discuss today with you. If it rains tomorrow, we will go to cinema. This is conditional type 1. If I had a lot of money, I would travel around. You've noticed one thing, that if clause, which I have already told you that it's a condition clause that puts a condition, and the other clause or the main clause, this is the one which actually tells you the result. Now this is the result clause, and in this, if you heat water to 100 degree, it's a condition clause. So the part of the sentence with if is a condition. Remember this thing. If I had known how useful English for my career, I would have paid more attention. So this is another type of conditional. I'm going to discuss it in some of my other video. But remember one thing, that they have fixed structure and it's really compulsory to know them. The conditional, which is zero conditional. We call it zero conditional because here we are actually talking about the things which are generally true. So we use this condition to talk about facts, mostly scientific facts, talk about habits, talk about rules or instructions. When we are writing in zero conditional, remember that the time is now or always, and the situation is real and possible. It's a real condition, it is possible, it can happen. So learning it is really compulsory. Look at the example. If I drink too much coffee, I can't sleep it at night. It's a fact and it happens with you. Perhaps it's your habit. You are used to this thing. When the sun goes down, it gets dark. Remember, look at the highlighted part. This is the condition part. We can use when as well. It gets dark, and this is the result. So here the highlighted part is the condition clause and the other part is the result clause. We can use zero conditional to talk about habits as well. If it's cold, people lit fire. So this is a habit. Mostly people do like this. So we can describe a habit using zero conditional. We take tea when we feel tired. This is again a habit. So did you see that here the result clause is coming afterwards? So switching the situation, switching the position of the clause will not change the meaning. But remember that if it is with present, if the condition word is placed with present, it has to come with the present as well. We can talk about rules as well. Children can swim if an adult is with them. This is a rule and you can put a rule situation using a zero conditional structure. If she reads the instruction, she can make this cake. So this is a rule. Now, instructions. Zero conditional with imperative is used to give instructions. Look at this. If it's cold, light the fire. This part is imperative. If you want to come, call me before 5. So look at this, that the result clause is in imperative sentence. Now, what is an imperative sentence? Let's have a look on it. Imperative is a sentence that tells someone to do something. It is used to give advices, it is used to give instructions, or to express request or command. Remember that an imperative sentence usually does not have an obvious object. Look at this. It directly starts with the verb go to work. Don't do that. Don't walk on the grass. So, an imperative sentence can be used with zero conditional to give instructions. I'm sure that you've understood the use of zero conditional in different situations and you can easily use them. Perfect. So far, you must be having a pretty clear idea that in zero conditional we are using only present simple tense. We call it present indefinite as well, we call it habitual as well. So the if clause is also in present simple and the result clause is also in present simple. So you need to know the exact structure of present simple sentence. For the condition word, you can use word if or you can use word when as well. Now, when we are using this conditional, then it's mean that the result will always happen. Look at some examples. If people eat too much, they get fat. So this is a fact. This can be taken as a scientific result as well. When you are eating too much, so people get fat. People die if they don't eat. So again, it's a scientific fact and it's written by using zero conditional structure. You get water if you mix hydrogen and oxygen. Snakes bite if they are scared. So zero conditional structure, this is a sentence where both the clauses, the conditional clause and the result clause, they both are in present tense. Now, I would like to discuss the difference in the use of word if and when. Now, if is a condition word which shows that there is a chance that the action might happen or might not happen. If I work out, I feel healthier. So it's not compulsory that always I feel healthier. I might not feel healthier. I might feel tired after this. If you leave milk out, it spoils. This is again not sure. This is a fact, but this is again not sure because of this word if. Because it might happen that the milk doesn't go bad. We use when we are sure that this action is going to happen. When I work out, it feel healthier. There is a minute difference. There is a subtle difference in the use of when and if, and sometimes they are taken as same. Sometimes there isn't any difference in the use of if and when. When the sun sets, it gets darker. So this is sure to happen. When you mix red and blue, you don't get black. This is something sure, more sure than the use of if. So I'm sure that you have now a clear difference between the use of if. Now, zero conditional can be used with the frequency adverbs and they can help us to talk about the certainty of the result. I mean, how much chances are there of some action to happen. I never take the tea if the buses are running on time. I never take the train if the buses are running on time. So this is showing that this work never happens. If it rains, I always take an umbrella. When the sun shines in Spain, now these are the adverb frequency adverbs. Now here is a small exercise for you. This is also showing a quick revision of the topic. like if or when comes with the main clause. If when clause, if when it rains, when it rains. And this darker part is showing the